Chosen one, lock your attention on this message right now. That quiet ache in your chest, the one whispering that love has passed you by, silence it. The enemy has been working overtime this week for one reason and one reason only. He sees who is coming. It all ends tomorrow. The waiting, the wondering, the slow erosion of hope that love is still possible for you. But hear this clearly, because this is the part that changes everything. It is not ending because of luck or timing or circumstance. It is ending because of what you have done. Think back to that moment this week when you almost convinced yourself to let go of the belief that real love was still meant for you. When you scrolled past something that reminded you of what you wanted and felt, that familiar wave of resignation settled into your bones. You did not know it then, but that moment when you chose not to harden your heart completely, that was not weakness. That was the act that kept the door open. That was the decision that heaven was waiting for. You did not find this recording by accident. The algorithm did not bring you here. God did. This is a divine appointment that was scheduled before the foundations of the earth, and you are standing at the exact threshold where everything is about to shift. Stay until the very last second of this message. In the next few minutes, I am going to hand you the spiritual verdict that cancels the enemy's assignment against your love life. I am going to walk you through the divine audit that shows you exactly where you won ground, even when it felt like you were losing everything. And at the end, we are going to seal this declaration with a prayer that closes the door on every false narrative that said love had an expiration date for you. Do not click away. Your future self is begging you to stay, because if you leave now, you may walk away from the confirmation that God has been trying to deliver to your spirit for months. I know what the last 72 hours have felt like. The atmosphere has not just been quiet. It has been isolating, like everyone around you is living inside a story you were not given access to. Maybe you were lying in bed this week, staring at the ceiling at 3 in the morning, running a silent calculation in your mind about the years and what they mean, and whether the window has already closed. Or maybe someone made a comment, a small one, barely intentional, about your age or your season of life, and it landed somewhere deep and stayed there longer than it should have. Or perhaps you were at a gathering, surrounded by people, and still felt the particular loneliness that only comes when you are the one who has not yet been chosen, and you smiled through it the way you always do. You feel suspended, not broken, but not whole. Like you are waiting for permission to believe again, and no one has given it to you yet. And in that suspension, the enemy has been whispering a very specific lie. Listen to your thoughts. He has been telling you that the reason love has not arrived is because of something fixed about you. Your age, your past, the years that have already moved through your hands. He has been replaying a timeline in your mind, showing you where others are, marking the distance between where you stand and where you thought you would be by now. He has been telling you that God's plan for love has a cutoff, and that you approached it and missed it, and that what remains now is simply a quieter life than the one you were promised. But I need you to hear what the scripture actually says about this moment. Genesis 21 says that the Lord visited Sarah exactly as he had said, and did for Sarah exactly as he had promised. And Sarah conceived and bore a son in her old age, at the time of which God had spoken to her. Listen to that decree. At the time of which God had spoken, not the time the world assigned, not the time the enemy circled on the calendar, the time God declared. And what God declared, nothing in the natural could override. Not age, not logic, not the silent arithmetic of years, not one single voice that told her the season had passed. The enemy is trying to convince you that you are in a delay caused by your own limitations. But that is a deception dressed as discernment. You are not behind. You are in divine timing. The heaviness you feel is not the weight of something being withheld. It is the weight of something being prepared. It is the tension of a love so specific, so architecturally precise to who you are, that it required more time to build than ordinary things require. The silence has not been absence. It has been construction. That moment when you almost gave up believing, when you almost lowered what you were asking for and told yourself to be practical and small and reasonable about love. That was not surrender. That was the final test before the arrival, and you passed it. God did not bring you to this message to leave you the same way you came in. He brought you here because tomorrow morning something is supposed to be different, not next month, not when you feel ready. Tomorrow. The inner sanctum makes sure you never wake up to spiritual silence again. A fresh prophetic word every morning for an entire year. The question is whether you will let this be the moment you look back on and say, that is when everything shifted. The first pinned comment has the link. It was not placed there by accident. Hit the like button if this message reached the place in you that had almost gone quiet. Drop a comment below with the word open if you are ready to receive what God has been building for you. And tell me this, what is one thing you almost stopped believing about your own love story this week? And now, I want to take you somewhere most messages never go. Because what I just described, the waiting, the preparation, the divine construction happening in the unseen, that is only the first layer. There is something deeper beneath it, and until you see it, you will keep interpreting this season through the wrong lens. This wrong lens warps your perception, turning a season of sacred growth into one of perceived scarcity or abandonment. It's like looking through a scratched window, seeing only distortions of the beautiful landscape beyond, or trying to understand the intricate workings of a magnificent clock by only observing the slowest moving hand. This season, often shrouded in a veil of questions and quiet longing, holds a profound truth, a hidden current running beneath the surface of your conscious experience. Here is what I mean. Most people who are waiting for love are not actually waiting for a person. They are waiting for permission. Permission to believe they are worth the kind of love they have been dreaming about. Permission to stop apologizing for wanting something real and lasting and whole. This isn't just a fleeting desire. It's a deep, soul-level yearning for a connection that reflects the divine design for partnership. Many find themselves inadvertently holding back, their dreams tempered by past hurts or societal narratives that suggest they are somehow too much, too little, or simply unworthy of such profound joy. They wait for an external validation, a sign, a confirmation that it's okay to desire a love that feels utterly complete and uncompromised. And the enemy knows this. He has not been attacking your love life. His strategy is far more insidious, far more foundational. He has been attacking your sense of worthiness because he understands something you may have forgotten, a truth as ancient and powerful as your very creation. You are made in the image of God, intrinsically valuable, infinitely loved. The moment you fully believe you deserve what God promised, the assignment against you collapses. It crumbles like a house built on sand. The enemy doesn't need to block the path to your destined love if he can simply convince you that the destination isn't for you, that you don't belong there. The whole strategy depends on you staying unsure, wobbling on the precipice of doubt, forever questioning your divine inheritance of love. He knows that a soul convinced of its worth is an unshakable force, impervious to the whispers of inadequacy. Think about what that actually means. Every morning you woke up this week and chose not to harden, not to give up, not to settle. You were dismantling the enemy's primary weapon without even realizing it. This wasn't a passive waiting, a mere biding of time. It was an active internal revolution. Each time you refused to let cynicism take root, each time you chose hope over despair, each time you honored the divine desire within you by refusing to accept less than what God intended, you were engaged in spiritual combat. You were not waiting passively, you were fighting. The waiting has been the warfare, a crucible where your spirit is refined and your conviction is forged. It's a silent, persistent battle waged in the quiet chambers of your heart, where the enemy seeks to sow seeds of doubt, and you, by your sheer tenacity and faith, are rooting them out. The steadfastness of your heart, even when weary, has been your mightiest weapon, a declaration that you will not yield your spiritual ground. But here is where it goes deeper, and I need you to stay with me here, because what is coming next is the part that most people never reach. It is the part where the real shift happens. It is the revelation that transforms the perception of waiting from a burden into an active, divine orchestration. You have been praying for love to come. You have poured out your heart in countless petitions, painting vivid pictures of your longing before the throne of grace. But God has also been praying something over you far more intimately and comprehensively than you can imagine. He has been speaking your name into the very spirit of the person who is coming toward you right now. Imagine that, a divine whisper, a holy echo, setting a spiritual compass in the heart of your beloved. He has been preparing them to recognize you, imbuing their spirit with an innate knowing, a soul-level recognition that will transcend outward appearances or superficial circumstances when your paths finally cross. He has been doing in them what he has been doing in you, excavating the debris of past wounds, refining their character like precious metal in a furnace, clearing out the things that would have made the connection break instead of bond. This isn't a haphazard process. It's the meticulous work of a divine artisan, chipping away at anything that might impede the sacred union. You have been focused on your own readiness, on your own internal growth and transformation. You have not fully considered that on the other side of this waiting, someone is being made ready for you, their heart molded and prepared to receive and cherish the uniquely wonderful person you are. Two timelines converging, not by chance, but by divine design. Two seasons of intense personalized preparation being synchronized by the same faithful hand, the maestro of eternity, orchestrating every beat and every breath until the perfect moment. This isn't a mere coincidence. It is a convergence that speaks volumes of God's profound attention to detail and his unwavering commitment to your highest good. And what is coming in just a moment will reshape how you understand that synchronization, because there is a reason the timing feels this precise, a reason for the exact calibration of these converging paths, and it is not what you think. It's not about deserving it at a specific moment, but about being positioned for its fullness. But first, let this land. This principle of divine nourishment preceding revelation is beautifully illustrated in Scripture. Think about Elijah under the juniper tree in 1 Kings 19. Exhausted, isolated, utterly convinced his season of purpose had passed, he lay down and asked to die. He had just witnessed a mighty demonstration of God's power on Mount Carmel, performed the great thing, seen fire fall from heaven, and yet still felt profoundly alone and abandoned on the other side of it, fleeing for his life from Jezebel. He was at the absolute end of his physical, emotional, and spiritual rope. And what did God send? Not a rebuke for his despair, not a harsh lesson on faith, not even a 5-step plan for how to get out of his predicament. God sent an angel who gently touched him, a tender intervention, and said, "Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for you." He fed him bread and water, strengthening his body before speaking a single word of instruction or revelation. He restored his physical and emotional being, allowing him to regain his strength before he renewed his assignment or unfolded the next chapter of his divine purpose. And then, from that place of profound nourishment and renewed strength, Elijah walked 40 days and 40 nights to Horeb, the mountain of God, where he encountered the still small voice. The rest, the physical and spiritual sustenance, came before the revelation, before the strategic guidance, before the renewed sense of direction. This is a divine blueprint for restoration. What you are in right now is not a punishment for perceived failures or a penance for past mistakes. It is a feeding. This season of stillness, this period of seeming inactivity, is a divine provision, a sacred act of grace. The silence has been sustenance, allowing your spirit to quiet the noise of the world and hear the whispers of heaven. The stillness has been strength being deposited into you, brick by brick, deep into the foundation of your being, fortifying you for a journey that requires everything you are becoming. It's not idleness, it's incubation. It's not a delay, it's divine preparation, filling your spiritual reserves, honing your intuition, and deepening your capacity for the extraordinary love that awaits. You are being provisioned for a sacred quest, not merely sitting idly by. And this leads to something most people miss entirely. The love that is coming toward you is not a reward for your patience. That framing, while seemingly positive, is subtly dangerous because it suggests you are earning something. And if you believe you are earning it, you will also believe you can lose it through perceived imperfection or failure. This kind of transactional thinking binds you to a performance mentality, creating an underlying anxiety that you must maintain a certain level of spiritual or personal achievement to keep what is yours. Love is not a wage that can be earned or revoked based on merit. It is a covenant gift from a God who does not change his mind about his children. It is rooted in his unwavering character, not your fluctuating worthiness. What is yours because he said it is, because he promised it, because it is an integral part of his good plan for your life, not because you performed well enough this season to deserve it. This distinction liberates you from the exhausting treadmill of striving and allows you to rest in the unwavering certainty of God's benevolent design. You are simply receiving what was always intended for you, not as a prize, but as a birthright. But let me challenge you with something. If that is true, and it is, with every fiber of spiritual truth, then why has the waiting felt so long? Why has it felt like being left out, marooned on an island of loneliness, rather than being set apart for something sacred and unique? That question has an answer, and it is not the one the enemy has been offering you in your moments of vulnerability. His answers are always laced with condemnation and doubt. The waiting has felt like loneliness, like abandonment, because you have been measuring a divine, multidimensional process with a human, linear calendar. You have been standing at a supernatural construction site, watching the invisible foundations of your future being meticulously laid, but you've had a natural clock in your hand, ticking away seconds, minutes, and years, and the numbers have not matched. This profound mismatch between earthly expectation and heavenly timing has felt like abandonment, a feeling that God has forgotten you, or that you are somehow beyond his reach. But God does not build on your schedule. He operates on an eternal timetable. More importantly, he builds on your behalf. There is a monumental difference between those two things that changes everything. Building on your schedule implies a subservience to your timeline, while building on your behalf means his perfect timing and omniscient plan are always working for your ultimate good and highest outcome, even when you cannot see it. His perspective encompasses every variable, every future joy, every challenge that would benefit from this very season of preparation. It's a grand design, unfolding with celestial precision, far beyond the scope of any human calendar. Coming up, the hidden agreement you may have made that has been quietly slowing the arrival, creating an invisible spiritual resistance. And when you hear it, when you bring it into the light of awareness, you will know exactly what to release to unlock the flow of divine timing. Because here is what I have learned about divine timing and the people who wrestle with it most deeply. The ones who perceive themselves as waiting the longest are often not waiting because God is withholding, playing some cosmic game of keep away. They are waiting because somewhere in the process, without fully realizing it, they made a quiet agreement with the delay. It wasn't a conscious, willing pact made with malicious intent. Rather, it emerged in a moment of profound exhaustion, a sting of disappointment, or a subtle, insidious resignation that settled into the quiet corners of the heart. In that moment of weariness, they whispered something to themselves that, in the spiritual realm, became a covenant with the wrong thing. They said something like, "This will probably never happen for me. I've been waiting too long," or "Maybe I am asking for too much. My dreams are too grand for my reality." Or perhaps, "Love like that is for other people, for the fortunate, the beautiful, the unburdened, and I should make peace with something smaller, something more manageable, something less heartbreaking to lose." These whispers, these subtle surrenders, carry profound weight, and heaven heard it. Not to condemn you, not to judge your moment of weakness or weariness, but because words, especially those spoken from the deepest, most vulnerable place in you, carry immense weight in the spiritual atmosphere. They are not merely fleeting thoughts. They are decrees, vibrations, energetic permissions. And that agreement, that quiet, almost imperceptible giving up of the full, glorious version of what you were promised, created a spiritual permission for delay, a subtle resistance that God, in His infinite patience and respect for your free will, has been waiting for you to revoke. He honors your choice, even when that choice inadvertently binds you. He's not the one holding it back. You have, unknowingly, erected a spiritual barrier. This is where your authority comes in. This is where you step into your divinely endowed power. You were not made to simply receive love passively, as if you are a bystander to your own destiny. You were made to decree it, to declare it, to speak into your own atmosphere, to call forth what already exists in the spiritual realm, the way God spoke over the formless void at the beginning of creation and watched something magnificent emerge. "Let there be light," He declared, and light flooded the darkness. Your spoken word, emanating from a believing heart, is not just emotional expression, a hopeful wish. It is spiritual legislation. It establishes law in the unseen realms. And some of you, in your moments of doubt, fear, or resignation, have been unwittingly legislating against yourselves, creating conditions of delay and lack without realizing the immense power of the words you whisper, even to your own soul. Your declarations, whether positive or negative, resonate through the spiritual fabric of your existence. But here is what I want you to understand about the person who is coming, the soul whose timeline is converging with yours. They are not being held back by God in some cruel cosmic game. They are being protected by God, protected from reaching you, and you from reaching them, before you were both fully ready to receive each other without breaking what you have both been through to get here. Imagine rushing a magnificent, intricate structure before its foundations have settled, or pulling a delicate soufflé from the oven before it has fully risen. It would collapse. A love like the one you have been asking for, a love of profound depth, resilience, and spiritual alignment, requires a version of you that has been through the fire and come out understanding your own worth, refined and unwavering. Not perfect, for perfection is not the aim of this journey. Not without wounds, for those scars often hold the deepest wisdom and empathy. But rooted enough, anchored deeply in your identity and value, to not abandon ship the moment things require courage, vulnerability, or perseverance. This love will ask much of you, and God is ensuring you are prepared to meet its demands and cherish its blessings. And some of you are almost there, not next year, not after a few more disappointments have ground down your spirit. Almost there now, poised on the brink of this glorious convergence. The final layers of preparation are falling into place, and just when you think you understand what that means, just when you feel you've grasped the depth of this divine orchestration, there is one more layer, one more profound insight that will shift everything. Stay with me, because what is coming is the part that truly breaks the cycle wide open, cutting through the inertia of prolonged waiting. Think about the story of Ruth. She lost everything the world said she needed for security and identity. Her beloved husband, her ancestral home, her familiar culture, her entire sense of a future, her very lineage. She was a widow, childless, an outsider in a foreign land. By all accounts, her life seemed devoid of promise. And yet, in that state of profound vulnerability and loss, she made one declaration that changed everything, echoing through eternity with its resolute faith. Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God. This was not merely a sentimental love declaration to her mother-in-law, Naomi. This was a covenant declaration, a profound spiritual commitment to the God she had come to believe in through observing someone else's unwavering faithfulness. In that single radical act, she surrendered her attachment to the life she had lost, the future she had envisioned, and anchored herself completely to a direction she could not yet see, a God she was just beginning to know, and a purpose that transcended her personal grief. And in that one act of released attachment, of choosing allegiance to divine purpose over personal comfort, she unknowingly stepped into the exact field where her divine appointment was waiting for her. She did not find Boaz by actively seeking Boaz, by strategizing or manipulating circumstances to find a husband. She found him by faithfully following purpose, by dedicating herself to Naomi and the God of Israel. Her love story unfolded as a blessed byproduct of her spiritual alignment, which means the love you are asking for may not be found by searching directly for love, by swiping endlessly, or forcing connections. It may be found by following the thread of who God is calling you to become next, by stepping into the next assignment, the next passion, the next place of service He has for you, irrespective of your relationship status. The one who is coming for you may not be in the place where you are passively waiting, staring at your phone. They may be in the place where you are actively being sent, moving in the direction of your divine calling. Your destined partner is likely aligned with the current or next phase of your purpose. That shift in direction, from actively seeking a relationship to faithfully following purpose, allowing love to find you in your authentic stride, may be the final catalytic thing that closes the distance, that brings the converging timelines into perfect synchronization. And now here is the confrontation I promised you, the thing you did not expect, the one truth that often hides in plain sight, the thing beneath the thing. The real barrier for most people who have been in an extended season of waiting for love is not the enemy's interference, though he certainly plays his part. It is not their past, though past hurts can certainly cast long shadows. It is not their age or their history, or the years that have already moved through their hands, though these can certainly become excuses. The real, often unconscious barrier is a subtle, insidious form of self-protection that has expertly dressed itself up as wisdom, as prudence, as managing expectations. It is the part of you that has decided, deep below conscious awareness, that if you fully believe, if you give your whole heart and soul to the certainty of this love arriving, and it does not come, the disappointment will be more than you can survive, more than your spirit can bear. It's the scar tissue from a broken promise, a shattered dream, a profound letdown. And so, rather than risk total, vulnerable, unbridled belief, you have been holding a portion of your faith back as a kind of emotional insurance policy. You've been living half in, half out, hoping with one part of your heart, but not quite declaring with conviction, wanting deeply but meticulously managing expectations, always keeping a safety net of cynicism or guardedness. You've been protecting yourself from a devastation that full belief might invite, shielding your heart from the perceived risk of ultimate vulnerability. This self-protection, while seemingly logical, has become the very thing that subtly keeps the door ajar, preventing its full opening. And God, in His profound love and understanding of your heart's fears, is asking you right now to release that hedge, to dismantle that subtle barrier of self-preservation, to believe all the way, to plunge headfirst into the certainty of His word, to let the full, unbridled weight of your faith fall entirely on what He said, on His promises, rather than on what you have experienced, on the evidence of your past disappointments or the current emptiness. Because partial faith, like a partially connected circuit, produces only partial manifestation, if any at all. You cannot expect a whole, complete, extraordinary love to emerge from a heart that is holding back a significant portion of its belief. And you, beloved, were not built for a partial version of this love, not for a diminished dream. You were built for the fullness of what God intends. The love you have been praying for, the love divinely assigned to you, requires you to go all in on the belief that God is faithful, irrevocably and consistently faithful, before you see the evidence. Not after you see a glimmer of it, not after you have a sign or a date. Before. This is the essence of true transformative faith. It is trusting the invisible hand, even when the path ahead seems obscured, standing firm on the promise when all around you suggests otherwise. And here is the final thing, the thing that reframes everything you have heard in this message, tying all these threads into a magnificent tapestry of truth. The love you are waiting for has already been assigned to you. It is not a possibility, a hopeful perhaps hanging precariously in the future. It is not a maybe, contingent on your perfect performance or favorable circumstances. In the Spirit, in the eternal realm where God's decrees reside, the covenant already exists. It is a sealed and settled reality. What you are doing right now, in this season, is not hoping it will happen, as if you are gazing at a distant, uncertain star. You are actively walking towards something that is already real on the other side, moving into the manifestation of a divine decree. The question has never been whether it is coming. That has been settled in the heart of God. The question, the only real variable, has been whether you would stay open long enough, trust deeply enough, and align your spirit fully enough to meet it when it arrives. Your receptivity, your belief, is the final lock and key. Tonight, before your head touches the pillow, before the familiar thoughts of doubt come back, and the arithmetic of perceived lack starts again, before the enemy tries to reopen the door of resignation you are about to close, speak this over yourself. Place your hand on your heart, feel the beat of your own courageous spirit, and say these words as if you mean every single one of them, with every fiber of your being, because you do, at your deepest core. I release every agreement I made with delay. I break every covenant I formed with doubt, with resignation, with the belief that I had been passed over. I revoke every word I spoke in exhaustion that gave permission to lack in my love life. I declare that what God has assigned to me cannot be cancelled by time, by circumstance, by the enemy's strategy, or by my own fear. I am not behind. I am not forgotten. I am not too much or too little or too late. I am exactly where I am supposed to be, being prepared for a love that is already real on the other side of this season. I open my hands. I open my heart. I open my spirit to receive what has already been decreed over me. Starting now. Starting today. The waiting is not over because I gave up. The waiting is over because I chose to believe again. And that choice, right here, right now, is the act that heaven was waiting for. If this message reached something in you that had almost gone quiet, let me know in the comments. Drop the word open if you are ready to receive what God has been building, and tell me what is one thing you almost stopped believing about your own love story this week. Every comment matters. Every declaration carries weight. And if someone in your life needs to hear this today, share it with them, because some messages are not just meant for the person who found them. They are meant to travel